I'm Elysewalker.
I'm David Walker.
Um, we are here to tell you a little bit about how we even got here to St. Helena, which was something I guess we'd call a happy accident
Yep.
and a total surprise and an unplanned everything. But we moved here in 2019, and it has been the most welcoming community I've ever experienced. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And what started out as a vacation home quickly became our permanent residence, just because we just absolutely fell in love with Santa Elena. And from there, we decided that we identified, usually when I come to a town, I should say, I like to have something to do for work. And so it started with acquiring what was the old Vasconi shed on Adams Street, and that led us to identifying other potential opportunities, and then ultimately led to Elise opening a store. And I'll let you
Uh,
discuss that.
so we came up here to rest, which didn't last very
We're
long.
not good resters.
And we came up obviously for some of the best food and wine in the world. What we quickly learned is as amazing as the wine and hospitality and food is up here, the people are the best part of this valley. And it got us hooked. And David moved his office. He's in commercial real estate, and I'm a fashion retailer. I have been my entire life. And I opened a little store right at the end of COVID on Adam Street, a really beautiful little house across from the shipping store next to the coffee shop, and just started styling, and it turned into a real business. And as we realized we're going to spend more and more time here and that this is going to be our primary home, um, we started looking for a little bit of a bigger space. And at that same time, Patty Vasconi, after so many years, she had her pharmacy here with her husband since 1967. She decided that she was going to retire and sell the building that we're actually sitting in right now.
Right. It was a long process for her to come to the realization that that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I had been persistently hounding her to see if she would sell us this building. A, because it's, I think, one of the finest buildings in town, if not the best building in town. And B, because I thought it would be a great location, obviously, for Elise's store, knowing that the business was very successful on Adam Street. We were able to figure out that it would be even perhaps more successful on Main Street.
Yeah, and we had a nice like it was very homey on Adam Street. We really wanted to build a hangout place, which it was, but we didn't have foot traffic. So when this building became available, David's company Engine purchased it, and basically he's my landlord in this.
Which is unusual, but yeah, no, that's exactly right. And we have a few investors with us in this particular building, and it's the third building that Engine Real Estate owns in St. Helena. And again, we identified St. Helena as a town that has kind of all the attributes that one would want. It's a great community, great families, great schools, very involved community. Um, but there's also opportunity with kind of fresh eyes coming into the town to kind of elevate it a little further from where it's been. And you're starting to see that now all up and down the block with Tweed and Vine opening up, with
Carter and Co.
Carter and Co. with Ann Backen's new business that's opened up at the old Archetype
And
space.
some of the staples like
Yeah,
Pearl and Acre and the candy shop. Um, but for me, it kind of felt like we're both from New York, like the hometown I grew up in, and we were. I mean, if you really think about St. Helena, it's kind of the center of the valley. Some people call it the heart of the valley, but it's definitely where our hearts were drawn
it,
to.
absolutely. We wouldn't trade it for anything. It
Yeah.
really drew us here, and it's been probably the best move that we've made on a personal level. And then to actually have a business that can, thrive and excel is even all the more better.
And
So
lots of room for growth. We've also, because we fell so in love, we have been recruiting friends and family. So our aunt and uncle moved up here a year ago. They live 1 block away from us. Between the two families, we have 6 chihuahuas. So
this is true.
yeah,
This is
so we're
true.
very happy. And
Our son has just moved up. Our
our,
son moved up
yeah,
from Los Angeles. He lives in Calistoga
Kevin.
because our son Kevin, right, and he came to work for me.
So he
And
just joined
he
Engine.
we're in the new engine headquarters, which is upstairs. The offices, as part of this acquisition of this building and ultimately the renovation that you're kind of witnessing for the retail store. There are 6 offices upstairs that we reconfigured, opened them up, opened the walls. Um, I've moved my office up there, and we have a few other tenants that will be taking occupancy. We've kind of made it more of a collaborative space so that people can have a lounge. They can store wine. There's a wine refrigerator. There's a kitchen. There's TVs so that people can have that type of a relaxed collaborative experience instead of just kind of walking into your office, closing your door, and not really interacting with anybody else. We wanted to make it more more of a community up there as well that welcomes people. So um, that's that's really it. That's our story with why we're here and how we've done it. We're at the still a little punch list item here and there to finish everything up, but
Oh, I know
we're
something
yeah. Go
interesting.
ahead.
So this building is from the
Oh yeah,
18
the late 1800s. Late 1800s was when it was first constructed.
and before it was Vasconi's. It was actually Walker's Hardware,
Walker Brothers Hardware.
Walker Brothers Hardware, and
No relation,
a
by the way.
long time ago, it wasn't a carriage house, but it was a place that carriages came for repair.
Yeah, something to that
So
effect
it
on the
has
side.
a ton of history. When we were restoring it, we tried to keep as much from of the bones of this beautiful building. So all that whole wall is the original brick. We used the original floor. We just cleaned it up. And then when we worked on the storefront, which of course is one of the most important features, we worked with Michael Vanderbijl from Vanderbijl Designs, and we who's also a great friend. And we said, Michael, we want this building to, first of all, it kind of is close to framing one end of the town, and we'd love to activate the street a bit more, but we also want it to look like it's been here forever. We don't want it to look like this new shiny store. We want
Right.
it to kind of be like, oh, that building must be over 200 years old.
Right.
So with that in mind, he went back historically and what the building looked like, and it's back to the shape of the original windows. And we actually think it kind of looks like a carriage house or like an old storefront, maybe on a side street in London. But overall, it's been very well received by the
Absolutely.
community, and I think people
Absolutely.
were happy that it didn't just look like.
Yeah, it wasn't our goal, and typically with older properties, what we like to do is not start over from scratch, but really reinvigorate them, bring it back, revitalize it to what it was, back to its past grandeur. And with the help of Michael and his team, we had another architect who assisted, Michael Guthrie, out of Napa. Um, we had a group who worked on the interior
From New York,
from New York. Jansen
Scoro.
Scoro, who does a lot of Elise's stores across the country, so that it's thematically tied to the look that Elise has on her retail stores.
But each store is different
But
because
there's a
each one is,
theme though on
yeah.
the inside
But
to
we
a set
try to fit in with the
with the community,
community
right?
that we're in. Community is very important to us. Anything that we do, we usually is very much spearheaded by a community, and this one is no different. Like that was the case. Yeah,
And exceptionally welcoming. I
yeah.
mean, it's been you know the town, the city, the planning department, the building department. Um, you know, people love to kind of pick on the building departments and planning departments, but they've been nothing short of great to work with. You know, they have their rules. You play by the rules, and you could achieve what you want. And you know, we take it very seriously to make sure that we abide by that, and that everybody is pleased with the process and the outcome. So,
but we're super excited. We're just warming up. We love the welcoming community. We love to participate in any way we can to give back to the community. And I think that this is our last stop.
well, this is our last stop. Exactly right. This is our home. This is our home. We're not going anywhere.
No.
So
yeah, we love it.
Anyway, thank you guys very much.
You.
We appreciate it.